Well, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. Today we're gonna work on a 1990 Mustang Fox Body. I'm gonna show you guys how to troubleshoot the power windows. Now, when I bought this car, there's nothing wrong with the power windows. Both sides working just fine, and I let it set for a couple of years working on some other projects. And when I come back and trying to roll it down, nothing's working. Both sides are not working. So like anybody else, first thing I did was just check the fuse, right? That's the first thing that you do. And I looked online, this fuse number 14. I checked the fuse is fine. So the next step was, now I checked the power to see if there's power coming in to the fuse box on that fuse number 14. And there's no power coming in, so I know that it's not the fuse, it's the source of power that coming in is no longer there. So I'll walk through the investigation process, and then I'll show you what the steps I'm going through to get it working again. It's kind of a process of elimination, so you just gotta go and find out what happened to the power. So let's go take a look. All right, guys. So let's walk through what's going on in here. So here's your fuse box, and it's pretty visible. You can see pretty clearly. This is the fuse for the power windows. It's number 14. And so what I did was there's two screws. So I removed those two screws, and I got this fuse to come down, turn it around. Just so I can check. I have this multimeter right here. You gotta have one of these to troubleshoot your electrical issues. What I did was just poke into in the back of the fuse box, and to see if I get any power, and I did not. So I knew that the power is disconnected somewhere. Now, looking back there, which I already put this back to not making it so messy. The wire that come into the fuse box will supply power to the windows. That wire I trade is this wire right here. Is the black with a green stripe. And what I did was I traced that wire, and I had to take like this entire dash apart so I can trace that wire to see where it goes. And it ends up to your ignition switch. So your ignition is what turning on and off this power, because your power window only work when you turn the car on. So that's it makes sense that where it goes. So now that I think my ignition switch is not working because it's not powering this particular wire. Now the full time. So I checked these two yellow one. This two yellow one is a full time battery wire, so I know that's supposed to work. So I checked it, and it works. So I know that these two are okay. The switch is not working. So I went and I pulled this out of the switch, and you can see that this whole thing fell apart, and it's like it broke into like little pieces. So this is really old, and I guess it's time for it to just crack and break away, plastic give away. So then and that switch is sitting like right up here. You just pull this receptacle out, and then on the other side of that switch is right here, and this thing is like fell apart as well. Like it's supposed to be all together like so, and when I took the two bolts out, it fell apart. So I know the switch is really bad, and nothing's working. So I took this out, and thankfully they do have a replacement ignition switch that you can buy, and then they also have this receptacle plug that you can replace. And this is a brand new one that you can get. I bought both of these from eBay, and each one of them like $20 something. It's not too bad. I'll show you where that switch goes. So you see these two bolts right here. That's where those switch go. I'll mount it and I'll show you where it is, but that's where it locates. And as you turn your ignition with a key here, when you turn it, this goes up and down, and that's, you know, allow you to turn certain things on when you put it in the ignition. So I'll go ahead and swap these out, put the switch on, and then I'll show you what it look like, and then I'll tell you whether that's gonna fix my problem. So the swapping is really simple. You can see that I already made some of the swap of the old wire into the new receptacle or plug. And so this is the old one that's been broken. It's like super simple. I need to just take it out of the old one, and when you jam into the new one, there's a little tap, a plastic tap in here that's gonna retain this from going back out. So it's only going one way. You need to make sure that that you pick the correct one, you know, because you don't have a way of getting this back out. You have to break that tap or find some way to force that tap in, which is very difficult. So so I already knew all this wire where it's supposed to go. This one is gonna go right next to the green and black. So let me see here. I'm gonna see if I can push this in. It's kind of hard to do with just one hand. All right, so I actually use my other hand to line it up. Now it's lined up. I'm gonna push it in. You can hear it click. There we go. And that's it. When it's in there, it's gonna retain. There's a little clip in there that retains it. So that's the back of the plug right there. This is the one. This is the one that I just got in. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the rest of these transfer over. All right, so the switch is in, the plug is in. You can see that's what it's supposed to be like. So both of these are brand new now. Connection should be all solid. So I'm gonna go ahead and power up and see if we get the window to work again. All right, so let's do some testing. I'm gonna put my key into ignition. There we go. I'm just gonna temporarily hook up the electrical right now. Let's see if it's working. There we go. So that is it. Let's see if the other side is working. Yep. Look like it needs some WD-40. But it's working. Awesome. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tip on how to work your power windows motors. So you take your panels apart right here. There's this plug right here, and this is going straight to your motor that turns this gear to get your windows up and down. And so if you can work out the issues and you really wanted it to roll the windows up and down, which in that case I didn't have time to do all the troubleshooting, so I want to roll the window up and down. What I did was I take this apart, and there's a yellow and a red. So if you hook up this up to a positive and a negative power, it's gonna manually rotate the motor to let the window to come up and down. So, and the polarity is very important. So you kind of just have to touch on it and see which way it goes. And if it goes in the wrong direction, you just reverse the polarity, and then it rolls the other way. So that's how I got my windows up and down before I solved this issue with the permanent fix. So that's kind of a cool trick. Well, guys, that's how you troubleshoot your power windows. And matter of fact, that's how you troubleshoot just about any electronic device in the car. You trace it from the fuse box first, and if you're lucky enough, which is the fuse that blown, you replace the fuse and you're back in business. Now, in some cases where that's not the case, you need to really trace to the source to see what the problem is, and keep tracing the line until you find out what the problem is with either your switch, or maybe the power line get cut off, or whatever the issue is. Find out if you have power or not. If you don't have power, and then find out why you don't have power. Check the grounding also. Grounding is most of the time is the issue with these older cars. Well, guys, that's it for this time. I appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.